It's a lovely evening. We've got some very interesting news stories today. So, what, I'll tell you what I did today before we start, because that was what I was supposed to do, but I've forgotten. So, today I did a performance inside Morecambe, and we did some dancing. And we had a live stream on it, so you can go have a look at live. Live went very well, which was good. And
we had 202 watching at one point.
We had 202
very
watching.
busy live stream. I'm most busy yet. We had 5,000 views.
It was indeed. It was very well. It was a very good live stream.
So look what you all missed. Well, not all of you, because obviously some of you are on. But I couldn't say hello to any of you because it was really sunny and I was filming as well.
But oh well, we're here now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're here now to say hello.
And I don't know if Tracy's going to be on because of I've tried to message her, but I've run out of data.
Dave's on.
Due to the live, right? Well, Dave got the wrong day. Didn't Dave say it was cancelled today?
Dave did.
Dave got it dramatic. Don't listen to Dave about anything because he got it wrong.
Well, I think he's allowed one mistake.
Well, I don't know.
You're allowed one mistake,
Yeah, but he
Dave.
was determined it was right. So.
Yeah, but somebody had told him.
But anyway,
Somebody
we nearly didn't. We could have not gone to my own event then, which would have been not good if we listened.
He did say on the comment to confirm that.
Well, I don't know, but anyway. But so then it was a really good day.
Sorry, Dave.
Well, it's just but then we went. Hello, Cal. We went to what did we do then?
Dave says he was going on what he was told. I tried to stick up for you, Dave.
Well, it was the first comment. It wasn't that. It was the first comment. But anyway, I need to get on. Right. So
Carl said watching none work related. Well done, Carl. Just give him a round of applause. Well done, Carl.
I'm confused.
And well done, Dave.
I'm confused, but I'm trying to get my mind straight. Wait, what? Right, okay. So we did some dancing today. Then I did a load of other things today as well. A load of other things. And yeah. Anyway, shall we get on with the stories?
Yeah, you were explaining that you've been away. See, it's very quiet this week. It's more of a chat. You were saying about the news because we've been away, and then we were supposed to be doing it this afternoon, and then Billy needed a hand with removing some cars, and so we haven't got a lot of news, have we?
No, but because we've been so busy. Oh, I did run into Tyson this week.
No, yeah, we can do this Tyson Fury.
Now I would class Tyson as a friend.
Because you've seen him, I don't think he'll be your friend.
Well, I've seen him that many times, and also he happens to. Also, was a bit to do with my recording studio as well that I knew him through as well.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
What?
He didn't know that you'd been to the same. We ended up going to the same recording studio after him, but
on the same
didn't
day.
know that. But you didn't know that.
What do you mean? I didn't know that. I just said it.
No, sorry, he didn't know that.
Well, I'm sure Matt will have turned around and said, "Oh, you won't believe we got in after you."
Well, he was probably waiting for him to go. He probably turned around and said, "Your time's finished now. You don't know who we've got coming in after." And he goes, "Who?" And he said, "Matilda Walden."
Really?
Yeah. And so he went home to his wife and he says, "You will not believe who was coming in the studio."
You won't believe it, Paris, right? I was inside the studio and there was this recording studio guy who could play the guitar really well. And he turned around and he goes, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to leave now because I've got somebody in." So I was a bit annoyed with him, in fact, I had to leave. But then he turned around and he said, "You won't believe what he said. Matilda Walden's coming after me." And I was like, "What?" And then I said, "Oh, can I stay?" And he was like, "No, Tyson." So I was like,
And then he said, "I want to be a pop singer like his." And Mark says, "You're going to have to write a song." And he goes, "Oh." So then he did his own song, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was after you.
That was after me.
So you've obviously encouraged him.
I had a big part of that.
Yeah.
I think I should have got some credit.
He'll be dancing next. You'll go to the festival and he'll be on.
Do you think I should have got some credit for that since I inspired him?
Probably.
I feel like I should have done.
He'll probably ring you or something, since you're such good friends.
Yeah, I might text him. Oh, yeah, but I'm out of data. That's no problem.
I'll text you, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm out of data, so.
Well, can't he text you?
I
You just won't be
know.
able to text back.
I don't know, because I find that if I use the other data, like, go on yours or whatever, I suddenly get this flood of texts.
From Tyson.
So they obviously just all add up and then be sent at once after his message.
All right, okay.
And everybody else's message, I'm going through like Tyson, Taylor,
Tyson,
Tracy.
Tease, I'll tell you, they're all tease.
I don't have a problem. I've lots of tears.
Tommy.
Just going through, Tyrone. Going through, that's usually what happens. So yeah, a lot of teas. But anyway, yeah, that was one of our selfies we took when we went to Starbucks.
One of our selfies. Tyson asked her to do.
He was a bit annoyed by the fact he was on the phone the whole time.
Yeah, it was a bit rude.
No,
When
no,
you're such
no,
good
he
friends.
did apologise a lot.
Oh, did he? Did he really apologise? He didn't.
He did. He said,
Did
"Oh,
he?
I'm really sorry that I'm on the phone."
Did he?
No, he didn't.
I didn't think you did.
No,
You
he
nearly
didn't.
got me then.
I was about to
I bet
say
he
it.
thought-
I would have just continued, but then
I bet,
you were
I
believing
bet his
it.
actual thoughts were, oh my God, it's that little child again.
Oh, no. When I said, "Oh, Tyson," and my dad, I can't remember if he said yeah or not. And he was like, I said,
It's not me. No. Tyson! No, not me.
I said, "Do you mind if I have a photo?" And he goes, "Oh, no, all right, love." So he said the word love.
Oh,
So
is
I was
that
like,
your friends then? Big mates.
So then, yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, thanks, Tyson." He goes, "Oh, yeah."
Did he say
Thanks,
thank
Tyson.
you? He didn't fist punch you.
No, he didn't.
Knock you out. Go flying back.
Tyson, you're a bit too powerful for that. We've talked about this, Tyson. We can't do fist pumps. You have to do it very gently, and even then I get bruised.
Just one. No. Now go and get your coffee.
What you getting? Well, I
The
mean,
usual.
a vanilla cappuccino with a this and a that and a bit of ice on it. Oh, I like the whipped cream with a sprinkle of caramel.
Tyson, I've got to go now.
I can't be listening. I'm performing with James. He's waiting. Will you please?
Perhaps he saw your live stream.
I think he did get a bit nervous.
No, perhaps he saw your live stream and then he appeared because he thought, oh, she's live, I'll go watch her.
Mm. Could have done that. Couldn't he?
Perhaps that was it.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you show your picture after
Yeah,
all that?
I'm pretty positive. I think I remembered.
Did,
showing it.
she show the picture?
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, so she's now met Tyson Fury 4 times.
And also the fifth, sort of.
How's the 5th?
Well, you think about it.
Oh, good, here we go.
He would have left when I arrived. Yes, there was a little bit gap in between. We would have drive past.
Yeah.
So we technically, and we were inside the same room.
Yeah.
So really, I feel like it's a half mate.
We could.
All I need is one more time, and that counts as a mate.
I met Mark Knopfler.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
And all the Beatles.
well, Sabrina Carpenter was in Liverpool not so long ago.
I don't
So
think
I
I'd
met
bother
her.
I don't think I'd bother about meeting Sabrina Carpenter, to be honest.
That's not you. Right, go on.
I'm just saying who's
But
on.
you
Anders
did
is
make
on.
stories.
Anders
Hello.
is on. Sasha's on.
Hello.
She says you're a stalker. I could jail for
Hey, I have a
stalking.
lot of stalkers, and that's not stalking
It's
comparison.
amazing how you put Tyson Fury, you put a thing on. She's seen him a few times. She's obviously put the videos on. He's got to expect that. He's a world champion and he's very famous. Andy has a Netflix thing about his family, so he can't expect any privacy. And it's funny how you can put pictures of anybody on and anything and videos, and nobody says a thing. But you put a video of Tyson Fury and the amount of people say, oh, stalker, like the man needs somebody to look after him. We had one really aggressive little prick and he was going, oh, he's coming to get you and everything because you're taking a photo. haven't you?
Stalking would be is if you went up to him, took off, and then didn't leave him alone.
No, stalking would be.
And then-
Stalking's really serious. That'd be like going to his house.
Yeah, exactly.
And filming
That's
his
what I mean.
house.
Didn't leave him alone.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then continue. That's what I'm saying. And then also finding everything about him, going to his house, doing, breaking in. I don't know, whatever. You know, those sort of things.
It's a pattern of things.
Yeah.
But if you make your, it's for example, if
Because you think about it, stalking. Right. So he actually came to me because he went past me. I was out. I didn't.
I don't think you can twist it round that
I think
much.
I can.
No,
because
you can't.
No, because but stalking would be if I went out to get him, wouldn't it? You think about
But
it.
if you think about it, right? So somebody calls you
and also in public place.
somebody calls you a stalker, right, for seeing Tyson Fury, who's a world champion.
Who
Now-
is a friend.
Just a friend, right? So you would have to be a little bit, as a YouTuber, you'd have to be a little bit brain dead if any world champion walks past and you don't think, oh, that's a good. No, I don't want to do. Nah, not interested with him. But the other thing is as well, if he didn't have people like you or anybody else, like for example, when you were doing your busking, you came back, you got his selfie with him, didn't you? Left him alone, so therefore not a stalker. That got back to do your busking, and 2 people came up, didn't they, and said, was that Tyson Fury? And we said, yes, it was. And they shot off to the coffee shop and came back as proud as punch. So they obviously got their selfies. That's what people do, isn't it? Now, if people didn't do that, he wouldn't have any money because they wouldn't go and see him. Now, you could do stalking to a different level, is a meet and greet, because then people pay, don't they? You're only doing it And then you'd say, well, after the speeches and all this lot and the speeches that they do, you know, when they go around. So you could call everybody effectively a stalker, couldn't you?
Well, yeah, yeah.
If you're going to say it to that level, it's quite normal now, isn't it? You know, if you're going to say that. But what gets me is, where we was going back to it, is the man's built like a brick poo house, isn't he? You know, he's now the second hardest man in the world, isn't he? Because he was beaten, wasn't he? But he's still, you know, you wouldn't want to fight with him. And you see these people on social media that think he needs defending. You know, he's gonna, if he knows, doesn't he? If he turns around to you and say, "Can I have a selfie with you?" and he says yes, he's made the decision that's all right, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and then you get an idiot going, "Stalker."
Yeah, well, if he says no, then I'll think, oh, well, you know.
Well, if he says no,
he doesn't want anything to do with you then, does he?
But he can't do that, can he?
No, because then that will go on social media.
Well, no, it won't. But he's got to, and he even says on his thing that he likes people coming up to him. He said that on Netflix, because that's how he's going to keep going. And obviously, when he keeps saying he's going to retire, doesn't he? Whether he's going to retire this time or not, I don't know. But when he does actually retire, that's how he's going to make his money, isn't it? By people going to see him for talks and stuff like that. Also, the thing is, he'll get
so many selfies now that when he goes out there, if he went out to that coffee shop, walked back up again, wherever he walked to as well, and nobody asked him for a selfie, he's going to think,
yeah, which and nobody did recognise. It was only you that recognised him, like the whole of Lancaster.
Actually, I think it was.
Yeah, nobody recognised him, but you did, because people go, "Is that Tyson Fury?"
I look at the name, so it does.
Yeah, because he's a friend, and you knew he was coming.
He was like, "Oh, Tyson! Hi, mate!" But no.
But when he
nobody actually noticed.
When he did that Netflix documentary, because I watched it, I really enjoyed it.
And it was only because also the fact that I shouted so loudly, "Oh, that's Tyson."
You see that a lot. You put it on the Facebook and that, and they'll say, "Oh, Tyson's doing another Netflix," and all the comments go, "Boring, yawn, who," and all this lot. But actually, I watched it, and people will watch it obviously because they're redoing it, and I enjoyed it.
And you didn't put the comment.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't put it, and he's always been fine with you, so I wouldn't put a negative comment, obviously. But when he did that Netflix thing, and I don't know boxers, so I will probably get this name wrong, but anyway, he sat on the seafront. I think he was having an ice cream on a bench, and this man walks past and he goes, "Oh, Tyson," like, you go up to him, and he obviously thought they were being nice.
Hello?
And he said, it was a really funny answer back from him, but the man said, and don't quote me on this name, he says, Joshua could batter you. So it might be the wrong name. Joshua could batter you, and Tyson turns around and he says, "Anybody on this beach could batter you." So, which I thought was very fast and very clever. I don't know if it'd been set up, but if it hadn't been set up, it's very clever. They kept it in. But what I'm saying from that is, he'll get, if he's going to get a lot of abuse, like you got trolls today, you got a load of abuse. He's going to get a load of abuse, isn't he, when it goes out? So when somebody nice comes up to him, surely he's going to think, "Oh, that's good. That's not somebody giving me abuse."
Yeah, because suppose if he's gone out for the day and he's had more abuse than he has nice ones, he's just going to think, "Oh."
He's proven that he's got it, because you've seen it, and we know that you do it, that you get it, because the more you started getting a social media following, yours is obviously nothing like as big as his, the more trolls you picked up, the more negative comments. So once you get to that level, he's going to get it, isn't it? And people think somebody like that is a free go at, don't they? They can just say what they want to him, and then they think they're really clever because he's a big man. They go off going, "Haha, you won't believe what I said to Tyson Fury," won't they? Well, it's not the same to you, is it? Do you know what I mean? That's what I think, anyway. So all in all, what I'm trying to say is, I don't think, people saying stalker, I think it's really sad. And the other thing is as well, these people that call her a stalker, I bet if they saw him, it's basically jealousy, isn't it? It's basically, when they call you a stalker, it's basically...
And you don't know how it feels.
It's basically, I wish I'd seen him. That's what I said.
And you don't actually know, I mean, you might know, but I don't know what actual stalkers are like, because of, proper stalkers.
I saw she says, "Hello? I'll see you later. Tyson."
See ya.
See Tyson. Bye, love.
Did you enjoy tea?
Yeah. Sasha said I'd fight him tomorrow.
Right.
But she's...
What if he takes up on the offer?
Mike Tyson was their hero, and Anthony Joshua. Well, we've met Anthony Joshua as well.
We did, didn't we?
Gary says yes, he was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua, but couldn't get it together. Well, he wasn't fighting him when I saw him, and they were jogging along as happy as anything.
Right. Do you want to get the first news story done?
Yeah. Oh, Sasha says I was joking about stalking. I'm not on about you. when I'm saying it. Don't think that when you said about it.
Just an
In
interesting
general,
topic to talk about.
it just clicked to me that people do that on, you know, if I put a video, say, I can't think of people she's done, say, for example, Pam Ayres. She's obviously met not a lot of famous people, but she's interviewed famous people, from David Harper, I can't think off the top of my head who she's done, Pam Ayres and Quinton Wilson. Nobody will put stalker, but if you put I've met Tyson Fury or something like that, that's what they do, and I don't know why. And I think, I don't know, like he needs looking after. Anyway.
Well, I know for Pam Ayres, people waiting outside.
You proper stalked Pam Ayres.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. That's not
And
an
she loved
interesting topic.
it. She loved it.
Well, I suppose she did.
Yeah.
Well,
she went and broke in and knocked on. I mean, that was proper. I mean, as a mother, I'd say that was stalking. She went and knocked on the door of a dressing
I didn't do
room.
anything.
She did. And then she had a big sign she had a big sign in the audience saying Pam's #1 fan. She's a proper stalker.
Anyway,
and Pam didn't bother at all. She loved it. Loved her stalker,
yes,
didn't she?
As well, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was people wait outside. What's theatres and stuff, don't they?
Of course they do. For that famous people, you know, everybody has got an element of stalking in them. It's if you take it to excess. So you're telling me that even people that say slag, and what's her name? And I'm not doing this disrespectfully. I have a brain fog. Prince Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, right? For example, a lot of people slag her off, don't they? That's absolutely fact. But you're not telling me that if she didn't come to Bentham, for example, and then potter around, people wouldn't go see her. They would do. They would, even the people that slagged her off. So there's always an element of stalking, isn't there? Like if we were sat here now and you found out Meghan Markle was a mile away, you'd have to say, sorry, live's off, wouldn't you? I haven't slagged her off. I don't have any thoughts about what I think of it. But you would do, wouldn't you? And especially people that have a business. So all these people that slag her off, I bet if she rang them up and said,
I'd like to wear your clothes.
Yeah, I'd like to come and visit your shop in about an hour's time. They wouldn't YouTube it and video it. They'd be mental not to.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I'm just saying, some people nowadays will go, oh, well, I'm closed today. Don't they? Some people, they do that, don't they? I don't get it. Some businesses just don't know how to run a business, and they would just turn around and say, oh, well, I'm closed today. Can it be like tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, and they might turn around and say, oh, well, tomorrow's a bank holiday, actually. Maybe the day after that, but I am quite busy. Oh, no, I couldn't think of it. I'm quite busy. And they're like...
Well, she did a free podcast for a radio station. I'm going a bit off it now, but she did a free podcast for a radio station. And she went around businesses that sold different things at Christmas. This was free advertising. So if you'd had to go on that radio station, I don't know how much they charge, but let's say about 250 upwards, possibly even more. And the amount of businesses, she said, oh, I would like to, interview. And one of them said, oh, we're closing now. Didn't they? It just reminded me. They, it's weird, but so what I'm saying is, people do, everyone's got an element
like, well, I don't really like being on camera.
Everyone's got an element of stalking of them, haven't they? But Sasha hasn't, because she says, I can't be asked. Well, and then Gary says, I'd rather fight Pam Ayres than Tyson Fury. I think possibly most people would, Gary. Although I don't think Pam Ayres would be up for a fight.
I don't think it'd look good for you either. Yeah. I think it'd look better if you fought Tyson Fury. If you beat Tyson
Fury, Gary, you'd look really
also,
good.
Yeah, but it'd look good even if he lost, because if you beat up Pam Ayres, everybody's just going to go...
Locked up, Gary.
Yeah, because you like Pam Ayres.
Yeah.
But if you beat Tyson Fury,
and I've not ever. I mean, I don't know her really well, but I've never seen her in a fight or trying to pick one.
But if you fought Tyson Fury, the chances are the news stories will be a lot more different than if you fought.
And with
Pam
Matilda
Ayres.
having him as such a good friend, she could arrange it for you if you like, Gary.
Could do, actually, yeah.
No. Says, I hope your channel grows and thrives forever and keep up the good content. Thank you very much. And the subbed, well done you.
Ah, thank you.
Well, it's going remarkably well, because as I say, today we had the most views ever, didn't we? 202 at one point. We're nearly at GB News level. They have less than that on some.
Well, it depends, because I was thinking that today, sometimes say if they show something really boring, then everybody just drops off. But also when they start, sometimes they do, but obviously a lot of times they have a lot more than that. But anyway,
Andy says greetings from Germany.
Germany.
So we're going to start off with some sad, very extremely news, and that is that Julian Julian Grimwade has been killed. And the crash was at a running park circuit in Leicestershire, and it was a vintage motorsport festival. The police were notified of a single vehicle collision at Donington Park, and this was the 24th of May. Julian was in his 70s and he was taken to hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Motorsport UK are conducting an investigation into the matter and will obviously cooperate with the relevant authorities. So that's really very sad news, and that's a picture of Julian in his car.
Yes, it is very sad news that that's happened. Supposed to be investigation. Was there another car involved?
I think it said single. There's very little about it, but I think it said a single incident, and then on another one it said other people have been treated for injuries. So I don't know. It hasn't given a lot
was
about
it quite
it
a
yet.
dangerous course?
I think if, as I say, there's not a lot about it. If it's the car that he's in, as you can see, if you show them again, it seems very little protection, as in, you know, that one that we did a video on, there was at least a bar at the back.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it just seems maybe not, I don't know. But then, you know, if you stop racing them, or if you put more safety on them, it's not the same, is it? It's not the same car.
Yeah, couldn't you put like one bar on?
I don't know. It must be the regulations, whether that's not saying that that's the car, that's a picture of him. So that's not saying that's the actual car that he died in, but it's just very, very sad, isn't it? Because I mean, it's sad if anybody dies, but you just think, like, when we go rallying and that, you don't expect that, do you? It's just with all the safety nowadays, and it's just sad, isn't it?
Very much.
So yeah, so that's it.
I mean, obviously cars are very safe, but I suppose obviously that one hasn't got a roof on it, which isn't going to help.
Yeah, but to be, you know, just for, we don't know that was the car.
No, we don't.
So
do you not say it at the top?
Dave says, thinking of classics, on our way to Morecambe yesterday, there was a lot of three-wheelers going through Bentham. Old Reliant types, not the Robin, but older types. So, yeah.
Very sad news indeed.
So, your next one.
Jamie
says, how are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you? It is. Right, so now this is a very interesting thing. So this was in Norway. And I don't know which part of Norway. Well, you want to forget which part Norway is. Just tell me which part it is.
I don't know which part. Does it matter?
Anyway, it's Norway.
It's Bitenest.
Yeah, but okay.
Near Trondheim. They'll all know then exactly where it is then, won't they?
What?
It's just Norway.
Well, it's Norway.
Well, unless you live in Norway, you're not going to know which bit anyway, are you?
Exactly, so why do you need to know?
Well, you don't. You were making a big deal of it.
No, because I was like doing it as a conversation thing. I thought, actually, it doesn't matter.
No. So it's somewhere in Norway.
Somewhere in Norway. Oh, you don't need to know.
You don't need to know. It's not part of the story.
Well, say if someone said, oh, you know, somewhere in Australia, you know, unless your name's Sydney, I don't know.
No.
You know?
And it wouldn't make any difference to the story anyway, would it?
No, because I just think, okay, it's a word.
So just don't tell them any more info. That's all they know.
So there
It's
you go.
Norway. You're not knowing. Don't Google it and find out exactly where it is.
Because you have to search up Norway and you're not going to get anywhere because you're just going to say Norway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's happened is... Now, it doesn't look much from this angle, but that big container ship, right, it's obviously very close to land, and when it was very close, you haven't really got very good photos, little.
You thought that's not the photos. I've done the video.
Have you?
The whole idea was you to play the video, but you snatched it off me, yeah.
I didn't.
And then you started waffling.
Well, shh.
You were more interested in its location.
I was just making conversation. Right, so obviously the boat has come in, right? And that house right next to, once it gets to a better angle, I mean, that one's quite a good angle, is literally 7 metres away from his bedroom. So the guy was inside of his house. I mean, you can just see the angles now. The guy was inside of his house, and he didn't notice it was coming because he was asleep. And he turned around and he said, we was talking on the news feed, he didn't speak English, he only spoke Norwegian. Which I haven't learnt yet. So he was saying about the fact of that basically it was like a day where he has like a lie-in, so I'm going to resume Sunday. And
Why do people only have lie-ins on Sunday?
Well, that's what I'm saying, I'm presuming. He just says it's his lying day.
There's nothing on that screen, you're just showing them a picture.
Well, you know, anyway.
So
So he said somebody knocked on his door. So I think it was his neighbour knocked on his door, and he didn't want to answer it first of all because it was a lying day. So he was like, "Oh, I'm answering that." And then they continued knocking. So he thought, "Oh, I have to get up and not, answer it." So he opened the door. And he goes, "I like your boat." He didn't say that, but basically,
you can't have that there.
you can't put that there.
I can't see my house. You can't have that there.
I didn't pay this much money for this view for you to go and park a boat in front of it. No, he didn't.
It's not my boat. They said you'd
I
say
don't
that.
actually know what he said, so I don't know what he said. He could have done. I don't know what he said. All I know, he said something to do with the boat, and then obviously he realised the fact there was a boat right next to
He
him.
said it headed at full speed towards land. Could it? Well, the speed must be quite slow then for it to stop like that.
I did think that
Because
myself.
wouldn't it, if it was at full speed,
The only
hit it
thing I
and
can
fall
think
over?
of, if it's starting to come to ground, it's slowing down the whole way when it was getting there, but it's still going full speed. Now, they don't know how it's done it, but when it did, it was supposed to turn the corner and then go into another corner to get to this certain place, right? So,
Yeah, but he's always doing it.
no, it's not.
Yes, he is. He is. It says
He's
here.
had a few problems, I know.
What do you? Well, if you drive a ship, sail a ship, should I say? If you sail a ship, the main thing about it is that you shouldn't go aground. And he's done it twice.
Yeah, but sometimes they go into the little bits
According
when they
to
get repairs and they
reports,
tend to walk around.
and it's only recently, according to reports, the ship.
I think it was made in...
No, stop sticking up for them. Stop sticking. He can't drive it. Stop it. According to reports, the ship had previously run aground in 2023, but got free under its own power. So he's clearly, quite consistent. In 2 years' time, he's just rotting about everywhere.
Well, what I'm trying to
He doesn't know what
say
he's doing.
somebody who knew something about ships was saying about the fact of... I don't know if he does
Somebody who
actually.
knew something about
But anyway,
shit.
he was
Is it
saying some
Tyson?
points. He was saying some points that he could have been an autopilot.
I don't care.
Yeah, but then it's obviously a problem because of his yacht, and the autopilot is not reliable and people should just stick to
So
driving.
both times it's got autopilot.
I don't know. They're guessing. It's guesswork. I don't know.
Well, surely they can turn the autopilot off.
It's
It's a
guesswork.
big ship, is that, to be just
Yeah,
trundling
but they
into
haven't
somebody's
realised because
garden?
they're probably just, thinking, autopilot's on, so, have a cup of tea, and never noticed. That's
Well,
probably
he's
what's
going
on-
completely the wrong way into somebody's bedroom.
It wasn't completely the wrong way. It was just a bit off angle.
And they said it was a serious incident, so at least they've got that right.
Anyway, the point is, it went round the corner and it went straight. It did not deter. It went completely straight.
It says it's not known what caused the crash and steering it into the wrong place is what happened. And Norwegian police are said to be investigating. And then Mr. Hellberg said, it's a very bulky, oh yeah, I get it. It's a very bulky new neighbour, but it will soon go away. I understand it. Oh, so he wouldn't be so pleased if it had gone into his bedroom, would he? So it was
It didn't seem,
443 feet.
the people were saying about the fact of how chill he was, but then the guy just said, "Oh, well, Norwegians are like that." So I don't know if Norwegians are like that. When he just said that it was very, very chill to say what happened, because obviously he wasn't going to get out of his bed if he heard the noise because it's his lying day.
5 metres further south and it would have entered the bedroom. He'd have got out of his bed then, wouldn't he?
Well, no, he said it's his lying day.
Well, if he had a boat in
He
his
says
bedroom.
he wouldn't answer the door. It's his lying day. He's
Yes,
not
but if
gonna
the
do
boat
it.
had gone 5 metres down and gone into his bedroom, it
Well,
would
he
have got him
wouldn't
out of
have to
bed,
do
would it? He's not going
that
to say, oh, well, I'm just going to stay here when a boat's
Well,
come
he
through.
seems to have done.
Not if he was in his bedroom. Honestly. Anyway, so that's a bit of a shock, isn't it? Anyway, that was sent in by David.
So the point is not to live right next to the
sea.
in Norway. That's the point that's been taken from that news story.
Well, he might go other places as well.
The boat?
The pilot.
What pilot?
They're sailing it.
Yeah, but who says it's the pilot?
Well, somebody's gone wrong, haven't they? Right. Next
Well,
story.
it might be the manufacturers of the person who made the autopilot.
Oh, there you can't. A bad workman always blames his tools.
Oh no, it's the person who's ever made it. It's not the tool part, but yeah, I know what you mean.
So, right, so you've
Did
got
I get
your
my-
next thing is your article.
If you like
Free
my...
car mag.
So, for people that might not know, I'm doing a film at the moment, which is a full-length feature film, and it's still in the making of the process. But Free Car Mad has done a coverage on it, which I'm very, very pleased with. So there you go.
I'll put the link in the comments when she's finished with my iPad.
She'll put the link inside the comments, and there you go. You can see a bit of the article. It's a very good article, and it shows, talks about the film, so you can start, know a bit more about it before it comes out. Get used to it.
I should put the link in.
Sort of thing. But no, thank you very much for doing that. It's wonderful. I'm very pleased with it indeed. So she's just going to put the link in, and we'll do next news story. Now I think
I've forgotten the news. Sorry,
we got duck.
I haven't got that.
Yeah, well, I'll get it.
Right,
it was Donald the duck.
Here we go.
She's getting it. Right, so at the moment the page is loading, it's taking its time.
Tell about your performance.
Oh, so me and Chelsea, we did this dance together, right? We choreographed it inside the week, and I feel like we did quite well with it. I really do. And we're gonna actually film it and post it. So I have posted a clip of it on my music account, but I'm gonna actually film it properly, and we're gonna post it. So we're gonna do that, so then you can see it all properly and stuff, and we'll have full energy and stuff. But no, we're really happy with it, and it went really, really well. It was to Footloose, and we did some different moves. I've never done a duet dance. I've done group dances, so I've choreographed them, but I never choreographed a duet dance, so that was quite different. I can have the iPad back now.
Gary said he'd been on a few beers, and the strange thing was that he did not wake up. Mohammed says watching from the Caribbean. Gary says you can't park there, the house owner shouted at the next door neighbour.
Yeah, but actually I was thinking,
what?
If it's on his land, which I suppose you might not, it depends whether he has rights. I don't feel like it will have the rights to the seabed, but if he's touching it, does he not own that ship then?
I don't know if it's just gone on his land.
How does it work if it went on his land? Can he claim ownership?
Well,
or does he have to be on there for a certain amount of time?
Well, I don't know the Norwegian law, but it's like me then turning around, isn't it, and saying somebody coming down here and taking a left turn and ending up on your driveway and saying, "Oh, sorry, I took a long turn." Say, "Well, I actually own that car."
I have a right to get them off.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have a right to own the car.
Well, why not?
I think you might have some sort of legal thing if they wouldn't remove it, but I don't think you can just own it. And what would you do with a shipping container? Thing anyway.
Use it as a shipping container, what do you think?
It's not a very good one, is it? It keeps careering and off.
Yeah, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? If you want to start,
you've got to run them, you've got to insure them and everything, then, haven't you? And maintain them.
Well, depending on when it was insured, you've got a year's worth.
Yeah, but not if it's under their name. But I don't think you'd own it anyway. But then you've had all the trouble with it, and then he's laid in his bed. He doesn't want to get out, and then he's suddenly got shipping container business.
Yeah, but he could just sell it. He's going to get, anything's extra because it didn't cost him anything. So anything he gets for it is extra money, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but I wouldn't have.
Or you could just leave it there and turn it into a hotel or something.
Mm.
And put all the stairs up and it'll be fine.
Cal says, would the autopilot park there? I don't know. Dave says, were you told to get off the bowling green? Yes, we were told to get off the bowling green because apparently...
every single person lives
every single person from the bowling green lives around the bowling green, and they don't like anybody on their bowling green. So what you would have thought would be quite just doing a dance on a bowling green, just no. So we was I wasn't stopped, I wasn't dancing, but they were stopped immediately and popped back on the stage, hence why at the end they couldn't do the forward roll and the
it wasn't just a forward roll because we couldn't do you saw in the live I did yesterday, you'll see the full routine how it's actually supposed to be done. We couldn't do a lot of things and we ended up on the wrong side because I think I was supposed to be on the left and she was supposed to be on the right. We were supposed to be on opposite side, so it completely messed up our brains because I was thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
They'd only been doing this for a week. They'd only had very limited
and the thing is, we only finished choreographing it the day before, and when we finished choreographing it, we obviously had to practice it a little bit, and it was ridiculously hot and we were tired anyway, so we basically didn't have a lot of time with this dance.
And then, as I say, 30 seconds of it was...
And we didn't practice that day either.
Something they couldn't do, so they just had to make it up at the end. But they did very well.
And then we were supposed to have 2 hats as well, but that wasn't the least of our worries at that point.
So Dave said they only had pumps on and we're not going to damage it. They weren't, but it's just like anything in it, Dave. If somebody's funny about something, you just feel awkward, don't you? So not saying the organizer, he was fine, but the people that own the bowling green, if that's what they want, you just sort of leave it and just get on. But that'll happen, in other things, won't they, where you have to just do it ad lib and just get on.
I was quite happy with Chelsea. I thought she did well with it. Because I was thrown, and then I did actually get a move a bit different because of but obviously it was a bit different because our mindset was completely different because we were like, what's going on here?
Michael says, "Oh my God, you speak a lot." No way, not on a news channel, Michael.
You comment a lot.
Yeah,
Please stop commenting. You're commenting far
you
too
stupid
much.
comment a lot. And Gary says, "How's the hedgehog?" Well, the hedgehog is rather wonderful, and it's been coming and going, and it's been eating its feed, and then Billy saw it the other night, and it's Gary, it's been really naughty. It's crossed the main road, so I had to go racing out after it, and it had gone. So it's obviously going somewhere else. So it's been fine, but I'm worried sick about it. So I'm going to have to apply to the council for a hedgehog crossing, which I should obviously get.
Can't make it.
Not got anything else.
Oh, we'll get it. I mean, you could just put up a sign. I'm sure nobody will argue.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You're too beautiful that I can't stop thinking of you. And after we've vomited, right.
Can I please have the iPhone, because I can't do any news stories until...
Well, I do have to read out people's comments.
Yeah, but you know,
Even if they are really silly.
interesting news stories.
Interesting stories.
Interesting news stories.
Interesting news stories.
Interesting news stories.
What if it comes up with you?
What?
What if it comes up with MRW News?
Well, just go first. Oh, it's internet. Come on, internet. Oh, there we go.
You're so demanding. Just take a brief interlude here. You can go get yourself a cup of coffee or something like that. You need the toilet.
I pressed the wrong button, dang it.
You press the wrong button now. This is going to be good. It's worth waiting for, honestly.
Politics, world, USA, money.
How did Keir Starmer? How did Keir Starmer pop up when you said interesting news stories?
Politics. Dolphins.
Oh, where's dolphins?
There we go. Right, so there was a duck, right? I don't know where this is at until it finishes loading. I think it was it Norway?
No, just an all Norway things here.
No, Switzerland. So there was this duck, okay, and he got a speeding offence. So this is a duck. It was on. Hang on a minute. Wait a sec. I'll just get it a bit more better. It got a speeding offence because it went. Oh, I don't know what speed it went. I'll just show you the picture and then I'll get the.
So we didn't have any time to do the news this time. So she got this as a last
had a
story.
lot of,
even though we've only had a couple of stories, this was the last minute thing.
Because not only have we been doing the shows, but we've had a lot of personal things
So I'll
we've been
read
needing
it to
to
you
do.
afterwards.
A lot of things that have been turning everything upside down. Right, so we're not in a bad way, just in a way that's just, you know.
We'll find out. It's for a project she's doing. We had to go do something, and Billy helped us. And it as Billy usually does, he just turns up at the last minute and says, "Right, we're doing it now." And we're like, "We've got the news on." He's gone, "Well, it's the only time I can do it because he's playing in a pool tournament tonight." So I'm learning this afternoon had to be stopped.
So this duck. This was on. This was at 13th of April. Lucky day for some. Lucky day for others.
Why?
Well, because sometimes 13 is lucky for people.
Oh,
isn't it?
13. What, just April?
Oh. Anyway, this happened. It was an evening night, and this duck, right? You won't believe what it did. It went 32 miles per hour in a 30.
No way.
I mean, the things it could have committed, and it went and did that. You just couldn't make it up, could you? So it got on the speeding camera. Now, this is the really mic drop moment, right? It wasn't its first offence. It did this 7 years ago.
The same duck?
That's what I did think, but they said it's the same duck. But I feel like it might not be the same duck.
How long did ducks live for?
Oh, search it up. How long do ducks live for?
7 years.
How
for
long
a
do
wild
ducks live
duck.
for?
Oh, God.
Well, if it's a bushman, it's not going to work. So now it says how long cats live for.
I'll
13
look it
to 20 years.
Well, so everybody knows that now. We've now gone on to learning. This is the educational bit of MRW News.
The adverts will be inside.
Yeah. How long do ducks live for? But you've got to put wild, because wild ones won't live as long as domestic ducks.
You don't know.
Well, they don't, because they get killed by
8 to 10 years.
Oh,
So it's still got a year before.
Oh
it
no,
even
no,
gets
this one's
successful.
5 to 10 years. This if you do this one, so then it can't.
Yeah,
be
but It depends because of if you look at different
It's got to be a
news
duckling.
outlets.
It's got to be a duckling for a bit. It can't be flying at 30 odd miles an hour, and then it's got to learn to fly and catch its speed up. I just don't see how they'd know it was the same duck after
It's the
7
same
years.
family, so they're like, yeah, a lot of
They are
problems with
fast
this
though,
family.
aren't they? Because the fastest train in the steam train is called a mallard, and that's a mallard. So it's obviously right.
It must be right, mustn't it? Actually, come to think of it, that is right. Good logic, is that? So yeah, so this
Plain
duck actually did a speeding offence. I mean, but the somebody commented is who's going to pay the fine is the real question.
An image of a duck caught on the same date. Oh no, the same date. So that's what's strange about it. In the same place in 2018.
On the same date?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you say it's unlucky, so it's been unlucky for both of them, hasn't it?
Yeah, that should have been.
Oh no, it's not the same duck. It says officers believe the similar looking duck.
Well, the person I heard.
Hang on a minute.
said it was
Officers believe the similar looking duck could be the same one as last month's culprit. So if it's not,
Wait,
if
last
it doesn't
month
look
now,
the
is that
same,
7 years
it's not similar.
How much bad?
This is like North. Is this North Yorkshire Police? Oh, well, it looks similar, so it's obviously her that did it.
Woman,
Well, yeah, it looks similar. Yeah, it'll do. Another tick box. We've got somebody else locked up. The police considered whether the latest radar image might be a fake. Well, they should know if they're the police, but hope the public would be able to enjoy the curious coincidences of the two incidents. Speed cameras are checked every year and captured images
every year.
every year.
So if you get a speeding thing in the beginning of the year, you've got a year free.
Oh, well, Billy got a speeding ticket. It was in with about 7 days. If it had been a year, it'd have been
It might have been the
alright.
end of the year, to be fair.
Yeah. That'd just be his luck.
Look, what was I going to search up? What is the fastest duck inside the world? Isn't it a mallard? It's a red something.
Bob.
Oh, it's Bob. Oh, he's going fast, isn't he?
It looks similar to Bob anyway.
What is it?
Red-breasted mergansers. Red-breasted mergansers are thought to be the fastest flying
I
ducks.
thought to be, so you've got no
Yeah,
evidence.
no, they don't
have
even
you?
know it's right or not. 80 miles an hour? That's a speed for
I
a
wouldn't
duck,
do well
isn't it?
for it to 30. I mean, this guy's got a bit of leeway, hasn't he? Because he's only gone to 32. But I mean, if he goes 80 miles an hour,
Yeah,
then
I've got a red-breasted
it's not
merganser
gonna
going
not
fast.
gonna be good, is
Not
it?
going to be clocky. He's going that fast.
You
In
just
one,
see the height. No, they'll probably never work it out. It'd be one of those things like they'll say, oh, like it's an alien or something, because it would just be going so fast.
in one notable instance of following an aeroplane recorded one at 100 miles an hour. Do you imagine like going to Tenerife and you sat there and you see, you go, would you like it? Oh yes, I'll have a drink, please. Yes,
Peanuts,
pour
yes,
lemonade. Oh yes, I'll have some peanuts. And then you turn and there's this duck at the side of the window with his wing pointing down to the plane.
On the
With
pilot,
his wing on his head, not looking.
on the pilot, just driving past this duck overtaking it, like, what? What are you doing?
Or bobbing towards the engine, trying to commit suicide, bringing the
And
plane down.
I was committing suicide to a lot of other people too. I'm sick of this life.
A migrating. Hang on a minute. A migrating.
Everybody's quacking.
It's quackers of it. A migrating mallard did 103 miles an hour.
Well, surely that's more faster than the red,
Yeah, but I think that's like a one-off.
But still.
No,
Yeah,
what,
but
like
theirs isn't one off because they don't know about theirs. They haven't got any evidence. You might as well give
It's
more
broke
evidence.
a record.
You might as well give more evidence for the mallard than you might give for the other one, mightn't you?
That's unbelievable.
So that's got more evidence.
103 miles an hour. Isn't it? I bet you never thought you'd be starting on fastest duck speeds, would you? When you tuned in. Right.
Was another news story, I'm sure.
Say that again, sorry.
Oh, the one that happened today.
What happened today?
The man.
Which man?
You know the man.
No, I don't.
The man.
Which man? You can't just
The
keep
man that you nearly crashed into.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that for next week.
Our fault, it was his fault.
We're going to do a thing about.
Oh, we're doing that next week.
Yeah, next week. About,
Yeah, it's fully his fault.
Runners on roads. So get your stories in, and we'll be able to put your thoughts on
So
that.
his mother's a very experienced driver. She saved the day. As if it was somebody else, it would have been a different story.
Dave says, I bet Sir Nigel Gresley wasn't as fast as the train named after him. Probably not, unless he was in it. Carl says, trying to keep up with the mallard. Charles says, hi.
Hello.
Gary says, I've heard he still hasn't paid his first fine. Now, apparently he's ducked out of it, Gary. it in there before you, Gary. Well done, me. I'm trying to think of anything to do with ducks now.
Yeah, there's nothing really coming.
We can't get hoisin duck in there.
You can get duck breast or something like that.
They said it was foul. I don't know, I can't think of anyone's. I'm sure Gary will come back.
You know, you do that thing where you have some Pringles and you can make a duck.
Gary says, I run on the road, I better keep an eye out for this and Mike. Do you run towards the traffic, Gary? Or do you run with the traffic?
Oh, I wanted to tell my story now, but I can't. I have another story, but I need to do it, and I have to save it for next week. I can't say it now. I have to save it for next week, so you can't hear the really interesting story that I've got inside my mind because it's not there.
Right, I think that's everything.
Oh, can I just?
No. I think that's everything. Let me just check.
Just pass it to me.
Yeah, I've done it.
If you just pass it to me quickly, come on, quickly.
That's it.
Yeah, quickly. Okay, so if I just give me a second. Just to press all these buttons because there's so many buttons. Okay, so don't forget to check out my music account, MRW Music Official, because I've got loads of new posts on there and stuff, and you can go see that, and you can also see some of the dance I did with Chelsea as well. And then also don't forget to check out my mother's account because she's just doing loads of things. So there you go. Go check out mother's account, Jane Walden, spelled for Y, and then. Just give me one more second. Also, a post that I've just done, which I appear to have gained some more followers. My horsey account. It's a new thing, but yeah, go check out my horsey account as well. Tilda River Walden. I suppose you could put 1581 next to it, which has no relevance to anything. But you can also check that out as well. But if you just search for Matilda River Walden, like scroll past this account and keep scrolling, they all eventually come.
Right, well done you.
Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope everyone had a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. The news will I don't know what day it'll be on next week. You just have to wait and see. So thank you very much for watching this, and we'll see you all later and have a wonderful day. All done.
If there's any comments. Oh, and you've got your new, somebody booked you for another festival, didn't they, after seeing you dancing? So you've got that to tell them all about. Dave says, did you get my message about the video I took yesterday? No, I didn't, Dave. Although I have been having terrible problems with my emails because it says my memory is full, and even though I had deleted a lot, it won't allow them through. Particularly, I don't know if you've sent pictures or anything like that, but particularly if you've got anything on it, I cannot get emails for some reason, so I'll have to look at it. So no, I've not got any emails. Anders says good night. Gary says bye, have a great bank holiday. And Gary says, oh, he runs towards it usually in bright clothing. So we're going to have a debate, Gary, next week about people running in the direction of traffic and towards traffic, sorry, and the others running in the direction. So we're going to have a bit of a debate about it, and we've got a little video, so please do join in, especially as you are a runner, which would be great, and love to hear your opinion on it. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
But I run on the road. Oh no, I've read that one. So yes, thank you very much for all joining in and giving your comments and opinions. That's really great.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.